In December 2008, 23 clergy from the Greensboro area, along with 5 spouses, left for a 10-day trip to Israel. Those of us who went on this trip really experienced 2 journeys that have continued long after we returned home. The first of these journeys is a very personal one. It is a journey of understanding and reflection as we were exposed to Christian religion, tradition, and spirituality, as well as Jewish religion, tradition, and spirituality. Each of us had an opportunity to better understand the meaning of modern Israel within the context of Jewish history, and as well as the complexity of the Middle East conflict. But the trip was also a community journey, one designed to create a better relationship among Greensboro's clergy. The social capital created through these relationships will lead to mutual cooperation on community projects that will benefit the people of Greensboro for years into the future. Let me share with you some of the highlights of these journeys and the memories that we shared. The words of Christian holy text came alive as we visited such sites as Caesarea, Nazareth, Capernaum, Tabitha, the Mount of Olives, Jaffa, and the Mount of the Beatitudes. As a group, we were able to image the story of Jesus' betrayal in the Garden of Gethsemane. We were able to walk in the footsteps of Jesus through the Via Dolorosa and witness the site of his crucifixion and tomb at what is now called the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. When we stopped at the Jordan River, it was clear that this was a significant moment for many on our tour.
Having been there now, there are places when you say the River Jordan or when you say over Galilee, you have visuals and smells and touches and a sense of what that was. So that's, it really does center the historical Jesus for me.
One of our colleagues there, Frank Dew, says that one of the things that he thinks about is that his Bible now has pictures.
It wasn't just seeing the sights, however. It was also important to hear the words of Scripture and understand the contemporary significance of the Nativity, the miracle of the loaves and fishes, and the Sermon on the Mount. We studied passages from the book of Acts with Reverend Pat Cronin. We listened as Reverend Vince Hairston spoke on the significance of Jesus' birth at the Church of the Nativity.
They were both from Nazareth, but they had to travel 90 miles south here to Bethlehem in the Judean province. And Bethlehem was a small town at that time, but now it seems pretty large. Now, David is from...
We were inspired as we heard Reverend Diane Gibbons-Moffett preach on the meaning of the crucifixion and the resurrection. By the banks of the Jordan River, we discussed baptism in a way that acknowledged its importance in Christianity, but also in a way which reflected the diversity of perspectives within the group.